Hey guys, it's Dan Latto speaking. So we have just loaded the dog up. I don't know if you can see the dog from there, but we got the dog in the back, Black Lab, and we're just about to go to the beach actually. It's a Tuesday and it's a beautiful day. So what we like to do when it's a beautiful day like this, which it always bloody well is frankly, is we like to go to the beach. We take the dog, we take the frisbee, and we'll go for a nice run on the beach. It's really cool. Do remember though, a couple of weeks ago she actually went into the sea with her frisbee, and I had jeans on at the time, so I had to take my shoes and socks off and wade into the sea after her because she dropped the frisbee and wouldn't then fetch it. So I ended up getting a little bit wet myself, but it's not too bad when it's like 19 degrees at the moment, so it's really nice actually. So what I wanted to talk to you about in this video is about you becoming an authority in your field effectively, because I see it all the time, and people say to me, you know, how do you get clients? I mean, when we take on a client, for example, depends which product we go for, but like our top level product is £5,000. I mean, it's not a cheap product, you know. And people say, well, how on earth do you sell a £5,000 product? And it's about building authority. So a couple of speed bumps here. It's totally about building authority. It's about making sure that people know that you exist for a start. So when you're doing that, you see, the way that most people do that is they actually just place adverts. And you might place an advert in a magazine or a newspaper, or you might even be placing it online because, you know, we're in the 21st century and all. But placing an advert, all that does is tell someone that you exist. It doesn't really tell them what your values are, what's important to you. It doesn't give a voice to your message, if you like. It just says, this is us, this is what we exist, this is what we do. And so there's a problem there. What you should really be doing is you need to be doing some stuff like things like this, like the Facebook Live, like YouTube videos, like the podcasting. And then you see, when you're placing your advert, instead of saying this is us, this is what we do, buy our stuff, it should be saying this is us, this is what we do. Why not find a video and we'll show you 3 different ways on how to improve whatever it is that you're showing people how to improve, or whatever it is that you're selling effectively. So for example, on some of my marketing that we do, when we place a Facebook ad, we're not saying, hi, this is me, this is what you can buy. We're actually showing them that they can get access to a podcast free of charge that they can then download. The beauty of this, by the way, is that when they've downloaded that podcast, they actually then won't just download one podcast. I mean, we've just done 100 podcasts, which I'm really proud of, by the way. It's really hard doing 100 podcasts because you've got to be focused, you've got to find time, and you've also got to have the inspiration and motivation to be able to do that. You know, sometimes if it's not a natural thing for you, I mean, the first time I did a Facebook Live video, for example, I mean, for 20 minutes before I went live, I was sat there in front of the camera trying to, come on Dan, you can do this, you got it, you know, come on, you can totally do this. And so it took a while. Podcasts are slightly easier because you're not live, you know. If you make a mistake on a podcast, then it's a heck of a lot easier. And if you listen to this on the podcast, by the way, then awesome. So what I'm saying here is that in just doing advertising, it's simply not enough. Your advertising also has to be establishing some sort of authority in your field. So like, how many of the property guys are doing Facebook Live right now? Like, not many, 1 or 2. I mean, we say that, okay. How many people are running Facebook Lives at any one time in the United Kingdom? That's Wales, Scotland at the moment, England and Northern Ireland. You've probably got maybe 10 or 15 people doing Facebook Lives. Now, we've not done this one on Facebook Live because this is going out on a video, and I just felt that Facebook Live was probably not the appropriate thing to do because it'll come in and out with 4G. But no one else is doing Facebook Lives basically. At any one point, at any one time, you got maybe 10 or 15 people running a Facebook Live event show. That's crazy in my book. And then what happens is people run Facebook Lives and then do nothing with it. So they've got a Facebook Live and it's on your timeline, and the problem with Facebook is that when it's on your timeline, it tends not to matter what it is that you're doing. You know, you could create something amazing, right? How to turn lead into gold. The problem is, after a couple of days, it's disappeared off your timeline and no one ever sees it again. That's the main difference with video on YouTube and video on Facebook. On YouTube, you create a video, people find you because they look at some of the other videos that are very similar to the video they've just watched, or they'll go and look at your channel and see what other videos you've got. That making sense? So with Facebook, you see, it just disappears. And what you should really be doing on Facebook is you should be taking the Facebook Live, you should be taking that and downloading it and then uploading it onto YouTube, and then you should be taking out the MP3, the audio of that, and then that should be going over to your podcast, right? And then so now you've got 3 different pieces of content. You've got a Facebook Live, you've got a video on YouTube, and you've got an MP3. And then what you do is you take that YouTube video and you take the embed code and you embed it then onto your WordPress site. So then when you going over to, like we use Hootsuite, when you're then going over to Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram, and we create a little thumbnail as well, by the way, so we create a little image all the time, and when you go over and create that little image, you can take that image and upload it onto your thumbnail for Facebook. You can use it on your podcast, you can use it on your WordPress site as a featured image. And then what happens is we go over to Hootsuite and we send all that information out onto Facebook, not just once. So we'll send out the podcast, we'll send out the, like, this is what you should be doing. You should be sending out the WordPress page, not the YouTube clip. The reason why you don't want to be sending out the YouTube clip is that you want to be driving as many people back to your website as possible. Because only when you're on their website have you got a chance or an opportunity to capture their details, like their email address and so on. You can't do that on YouTube just yet. Whether that changes or not, I mean, who knows? But you can't do it right now. Whereas if you're watching this video, we'll really encourage you to go watch this video not on YouTube but on my website. And the reason why we want to do that is because then when you're on my website, a little pop-up comes up and says, why not download one of my podcasts? Well, all of my podcasts. Big speed bump here. Sometimes the sound goes on speed bumps, you see, so that's why we stop talking. So we're just going to the beach. We're only a few minutes away now. I don't know if you can see the dog back there. She's black, so you can't really see her. We got black leather seats, which is probably not the best of ideas in a hot country like Spain. But anyway, we'll find that out this summer because we're in a new car today, so we're in the Jeep. So what you want to be doing then is you want to be creating Facebook Lives. Like, if you're going to create one piece of content, create Facebook Live. That's it. Because off that one piece of content, you can do all sorts of funky stuff. So, for example, you're going to strip out the MP3. Brilliant, we've now got a podcast. You need to top and tail it, which basically means you need an intro and an outro. Like a little bit of music saying, this is our podcast. You'll also need a little bit of speech at the start saying, this podcast is taken from one of our Facebook Lives. The sound might not be as good as a normal podcast, but please listen to it. I hope you can see that. It's just beautiful, isn't it? But I hope you can see this. But I hope you can hear that the content's really useful. So we've got Facebook Live. We can strip out the MP3. We take out the YouTube video, and so we download the video and then we upload it to YouTube. By the way, if you want to know how to do that, if you just type Facebook Live to YouTube, or download a Facebook Live video and upload to YouTube on Google, my video is number 1, which is really cool. We've got 30,000 people have watched that video. 30,000 people have watched one of my videos. That's astounding. And they're all bona fide views as well. They're not made up views. They're total bona fide views. All we did with that was we did a little bit of SEO work on it, on that video, and that was it. It drives people to the video, and we get people subscribing on that. Okay, so the one piece of content you want to be creating is your Facebook Live video, and the reason for that is you can strip out the MP3, as we said, you can strip out the YouTube video, and when you've downloaded the video from Facebook Live, if you wanted to top and tail it, and again, by that I mean you'll have like an intro. So what I mean by top and tailing that video is you want like a fancy intro. We've got a nice little graphic with a name reveal. It looks really good, got a bit of music on it. And then if you also wanted to, you could put a little bit of music in the background. We've done videos with music and without music as well. And actually, if you have a look at the type of videos we do, the type of music will make a difference. So sometimes we put a nice jolly bit of music in the background, and then when we start getting really serious, we change it up and put some serious music. If we start getting a bit sad and depressed, we'll put some sad and depressed music down there. And this works really well for us. And so you can do that then before you upload it to YouTube, and then when you upload it to YouTube, it just looks a little bit more polished. Okay, so we're about a minute away from the beach, and what I'll do is we'll stop the video once we get there, and then we might do another video on the beach, which is pretty cool, because we've got all the kit. If you're wondering, it's Tuesday and it's 11:10 here in Spain, so it's 10:10 your time. And one of the things I do love about being financially free is the fact that on a Tuesday at 10:10 we can go, or 11:10 for us, we can go, do you know what, let's just go to the beach. I mean, normally if it's really sunny it would be actually in the sea itself. Okay, so let's just pull up here and let's just show you. Let me just put the brakes on and let's just show you exactly what we've got. Let's go around this way. And this is where we are. That looks pretty beautiful, doesn't it? It's looking very bright actually, and it's because the settings are very bright. But how beautiful is that? Okay, so look, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me just bring you back around. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you tune in for some more videos, because we've got loads of stuff to talk about. And the dog's getting really desperate to get out of the car because she's seen the beach, and so we'll catch up on the next one. Alright, my name's Dan Latta and we'll speak to you soon. Take care.